Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to Card Making Project 550 and it's Happy Christmas Friday. So we're still continuing with our Christmas projects every Friday until maybe mid to the end of November, and then it'll be Christmas all the way. Today's card making project using our Anna Griffin supplies is a total beauty. Now if there's anything that you don't have, you would be able to substitute it. And everything I do use I shall put in the list on my blog, so please be sure to check it out. I think this card is a perfect card for anybody who wants to try something a little bit different, that has a box full of scraps, and the cardstock will mix and match, so you would be able to use virtually any of your Christmas cardstock that you have and just give it a go, because it's nice and easy actually. Once you see the technique, it's just a gorgeous card, and it is a definite mantelpiece pleaser. There's a lot of die cutting involved. Please don't let that put you off, because it's worth it. It really is, and it's just a beauty. Check the blog for everything that I use. As I say, you know, everything's listed on there. Please check out the photos as well for this card, because it's such a stunner. And it'll give you a nice reminder of how to create it anyway. If you enjoy the video, please give me the thumbs up. Please share with your crafty friends. And I just want to say, please enjoy this. So sit back, relax, and let's have a look at today's gorgeous Christmas card. For today's Christmas card project, we're going to be using the Anna Griffin Christmas 39 clear rubber stamps. We're actually going to be using this stamp here that says wishing you a joyous holiday season. Now this is for the insert, so you could actually substitute that for any of your Christmas stamps that you have if you haven't got that particular stamp. Then we're going to be using 2 of the swallowtail dies from the Paper Tricks 2 die and embossing folder set from Anna Griffin. Now again, if you don't have this particular set, you could substitute it either for paper strips or any of your swallowtail dies that you have. So, but those are the 2 that we're going to use. Now I've got to say, before we start, there's quite a lot of prep that went into this card, and it isn't as time consuming as you think. However, I just wanted to give you a glimpse of all the die cutting that there is. If die cutting isn't your thing, then this maybe won't be for you, but it will create a gorgeous Christmas card that's something a little bit different. Now I'm starting off with a square 6x6 inch perfect pattern card from Anna Griffin. Now even though these are all occasion, I think these suit Christmas as well as, you know, all year round. And we're just wanting for the gold edge border, it's going to look perfect. I'm going to use my bone folder from the Anna Griffin Tool Collection set, just to make sure I've got a nice sharp crease along the edge of the card, to make sure that it's going to stand proud on the mantelpiece. On the back of the card, I've already filled in my name where it says handmade by. I've added my name. I added the project number as well, only to keep me in line so that I know what number I'm creating. So the first thing that we're going to do is the inside. Now I think this card is going to be just spectacular. I really do. So the first layer for our inside of the card is an ivory cardstock layer that I've just touched with an ink pad around the edge. It could be any ink pad. Mine is just, it's a cherry red. It was a permanent ink, and I've just touched it for 2 reasons. Just to give it a little bit of extra colour around the edge, and so that you can decipher where the edge of the actual insert is. So it just helps sometimes on screen. I've also cut an aperture, if you noticed, out of the centre of this ivory card, and I haven't lost my mind. It's just something a little bit different. Now the circle that I've cut I've then used the same die to cut a circle of Christmas cardstock later on. So just remember the size of the actual hole that I've created. Now I've stuck that down and that's nice and flat on the inside of our card. Next I've started using my swallowtails and I've die cut the large swallowtail and the small swallowtail, and then I've cut them in half. I've got flat tape on the back of both of these. Now this is for the inside, and all I'm doing is taking the small swallowtail and adding it over the top of the larger one, leaving just a little edge gap at one side. I'm using the Anna Griffin Christmas plaid papers. Then, because I've got flat tape on the back, I'm going to start and I'm going to add 8 of these into my card. And I'm just simply going to add them all around, just going into the middle circle slightly, and just I'm going to try and get them round about the same on both sides. And then I'm going to do the corners as well, so that all 8 kind of, I don't want to say wreath, but they all follow through in a pattern like so. Now that's the first part of our insert. Now if you remember the hole that I cut at the back, I've used the same die to cut a circle of Christmas cardstock. I've got flat tape on the back of this, and I'm going to add it over the top of the edges of the swallowtails, so that will hide all of the centre. So we'll just pop that down. Hopefully it's about right over the previous centre. Press that down nice and firm, and then I've cut a circle of ivory cardstock. Again, use the same cherry ink pad just to tap around the edge and to stamp the sentiment from the 39 clear Christmas stamps from Anna. Again, I've got flat tape on the back, and I'm simply going to add that through the centre. That is going to match perfectly to the outside. There's enough room for your to and from, not enough for an essay, but you know, there's enough to wish somebody a very happy Christmas and to say who sent it. Now we can turn our attention to the front of the card. I'm just going to use my bone folder again to make sure that that edge is still nice and sharp. Now for the front of the card, I've taken the centre square here and I've cut a piece of gold foil cardstock in the same size to cover the centre. And I've got flat tape on the back, and I'm simply going to just pop that through the centre of the card like so. You can see my cameras, and there I am in the reflection. Well, not strictly me, but you know, I'm there somewhere. So next we're going to use the same method of adding our swallowtails as we did for the actual inside. However, these swallowtails, we've got 2 lots. We've got 8 in 2 different colourways, and the first 8 are going to be the base, and then we're going to work round again. And all I did was simply add flat tape on the top section and 3D foam on the bottom, put the smaller one on top of the larger one. Oops, press it down. Little gap at the base here. And then on the back we've got 3D foam towards the point of the swallowtail and then flat tape towards the centre. And I'm simply going to add these now like we did for the inside. And we're going to work our way around and build up the actual swallowtails all the way around, going into the centre and the corners as we did, trying to keep them roughly even in pattern. Doesn't strictly matter, but I kind of like symmetry. You might know that already. So that's our first layer. Our second layer are two completely different colours of Christmas cardstock. Again, with 3D foam and flat tape on the back. And then I'm going to add these in the sections between the previous tails, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of filling in the gap between each of them, pressing down each time because that centre is flat. It's just the 3D foam that's on the edge. There we go. And then we have the last one there. So we've kind of built up like a, I want to say a ribbon wreath, but not so much. Make sure these are all flat down, and then I've die cut a centre and a circle from the Christmas plaid cardstock. I've got it on 3D foam, and I'm going to add this in the centre of our card and press it down. So that's only actually sitting on the flat sections of the swallowtails that we've added, or flags, or whatever you want to call them. The next layer is one of the gorgeous Anna Griffin Christmas rosettes. So these are pre-made rosettes. If you haven't got these, you can always make your own rosette. Maybe you've got paper tricks too to make a rosette from, or there's lots of other dies available. Anna's just had some gorgeous Christmas snowflakes across the pond. You could use those. So this is one of the pre-made ones, and it just sits nicely on the plaid circle on the previous layer. So I can press it down. It was on flat tape. Then I've got a sentiment. Now I've taken the sentiment from the actual Christmas card making kit from 2019. I wanted a round sentiment, and I wanted it just to be perfect to go with this card, and this is. So it was taken from the Christmas card making kit. It's a sticker, and it is simply just going to sit in the centre of the rosette, like that. I can press it down, and then I've got a large red bow that I've actually taken this from the Christmas card making kit, and I can press that down. That was on 3D foam, and that is our card finished. How cool does that look? Now in my head, when I prepped for this, I thought, oh yes, that'll work, that'll look really nice. And it has exceeded my expectations. And you see how the inside matches the outside. Now, there's a few layers on there. However, it would go in a normal envelope, I would think. If not, just go for one just that tad bigger. But Anna's envelopes give you that extra bit of room for your layers, so I think you'll probably be fine with that. And I think you're going to hand deliver something like this because it just looks so pretty. It's going to be for somebody special, and you could use any of your Christmas cardstock. Any of your colour combinations would work. Stands up nicely, and I just think that's awesome. I'd love a card like that. And I love seeing your creations. I'm enjoying doing Christmas on Fridays. Everything I've used I shall put on my blog, and I shall take lots of extra photos as well, so please be sure to check it out. And I love hearing from you. I love seeing your Christmas creations. Well, I love seeing your creations throughout the year. So keep them coming, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next time.